giant egg yolk. So welcome back to the video. I've been feeling like absolute trash for about a week and a half. I never puke. I haven't puked probably for the last 12 years. And last week, it was just awful at night before bed. Same thing happened to me last night, minus the puke. My body kind of went into full-on panic mode. Not anxiety mode, panic mode. If you've had a panic attack, you know what it feels like. So, just trying to keep it lean and light. I haven't been able to tolerate much fat since then. So I have some organic white jasmine rice. Starting to try whole eggs. So I got that cooked in butter. And I have some chicken that I'm gonna have. Put that in the air fryer. So hopefully I feel better soon. So I'm gonna have to add carbs until I can tolerate more fat because I'm already probably in such a deficit. My workouts are kind of sucking. Everything feels heavy. I'm just feeling nauseous all day. So I don't know if that's a sign that I have some sort of stomach bug or that high fat diets just aren't working for me anymore. But see if I recover soon and then go from there. So excited for these scrambled eggs. I have not had scrambled eggs in years. Oops. That is my post-workout. Did hamstrings and shoulders this morning. I'm gonna take my beef organs and digestive enzymes, krill oil, and I'm eating this right out of the pan because I don't want to dirty another bowl when I don't have to. So hopefully this sits well with my stomach and doesn't come back up. I gotta pee before I eat, and I'm already eating, but I got an MRI done, so I'm just gonna put that content on and then I'm gonna provide you with the results and a little more things along the way. Literally been here way too many times this year. Outside of the MRI room right now. Finally time to get my knees sorted out. Knees have been very cranky the last few bits. So should probably be 20 minutes per knee. just gonna be laying there. I've had an MRI done on my back, neck, and spine and brain before. So first time with lower body, hopefully it doesn't take too long.
Hi there, if you could just grab a number, I'll call you up.
Yeah, sure.
It's just behind you at the red dial.
I am tired. I tried to have like a 30-minute nap. It sounded like fire alarms and car honks and beeps going off the whole time. But groggy now. So, I got my MRI results back. So, I'm just gonna go over those with you. Just picked up a decaf Americano. Figured I'd treat myself to a decaf coffee. So, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. Pretty much both knees were similar findings. So the main issue is a mild stress response of the lateral part of the tibial plateau. Tibial plateau is basically at the top of the tibia. And so there's a bit of a stress response, so the bone is really irritated just from the repetitive micro trauma of doing so much running and squatting and biking, especially related to the ultra that I did in June. Also in the tibial plateaus, there's a bit of bone marrow edema. So bone marrow is inside of the bone. I actually eat bone marrow from cow. And there's a bit of edema. So edema is like accumulated fluid. That fluid needs to get out of my bones somehow. Both knees have moderate bursitis in the prepatellar. And then on my one side, there actually is a grade 1 strain of the gastrocnemius muscle, which is the calf. It's frustrating. I'm really frustrated. I haven't ran in like a month. It's November now, and it's just my goal for 2025 just isn't really playing out to how I want it to so far. So the rest of 2024 is just mostly healing my knees. I'm also going to throw up my foot. If you watch my videos in the beginning, I broke my foot before, during, and after the ultra. I broke my foot. I broke the first metatarsal. I actually don't have the x-ray of when it was broken. I have the x-ray of when it was healed, but you can see the part where the little mouse is. You can see the part where it's like it was healing. So you can tell there's like more focus on that part. You can see there's a little bit of blurriness there. That's where the healing took place. So that's not hurting too bad anymore. I found good shoes to heal my feet a little bit better. But I'm broken, and I need to be fixed. So basically the only solution I was hoping for was cortisone, but the only solution was rest. And if you really know me, I do not like to rest, especially my lower body. Squatting keeps me sane. Although I do not enjoy leg day, I feel so much better after. I get rid of this anxious energy in my whole body, especially my legs. Even running, some days I just like feel this weird anxious energy in me that just needs to be run out, and that's what running does. So I just have to trust the process, giving myself 2 months to just take it really easy on the lower body. Going to physio to get some shockwave therapy, going to chiro, gonna get some red light therapy, just really doing anything I can without trying to break the bank. I've also been going to yoga. It's when you know I'm desperate, and I'm going to yoga. It is what it is, and that's what happens when you decide to push your body to the absolute limit with minimal ultra training. I mean, it was the best experience of my life, but now I'm dealing with some of the worst consequences of my life. Also, if you have a very big fear of needles, I recommend that you skip ahead 15 seconds.
Here, I'll get my fat hands out of the way. That's all you're gonna see.
Yeah, it's all good. So that, I had fluid in my knee for 3 years, almost 3.5 years. And I was always just told it was bursitis. And for 3 years, I tried to figure out how to get it drained, where to get it drained. Because when I would kneel on my knees, I couldn't even feel my kneecap. Like, it was just, I was like sitting on a sack of fluid. I was kneeling on a sack of fluid. And so a couple days before my birthday this year, I finally get an appointment with my knee doctor, and I go, and he's like, oh yeah, let's drain it. Because previously he said there was nothing to drain. So I guess once I did the ultra, it blew up even more, and then I got it drained. And now look at it. There's a Band-Aid on it, but there's nothing in there. The Band-Aid's just from some like turf burn I got. I don't know how, but. And when I left that knee appointment, I actually still had like a tiny bit of fluid in it. And then a couple weeks later, I was sitting on my floor. And I was like, my hand came across my knee, and I was like, I have a kneecap. I have a kneecap. It was seriously one of the best days of my life when I got that drained. Like, I have a kneecap again. So I got a phone call. I ordered custom-made beef sausages. So I got a phone call saying my beef sausages are ready. I'm sure that's a weird phone call to make. So I'm gonna go do that. Gotta support the veterans. Make sure to grab a coffee. Let's go. Let's go get some wieners. You know, I'm actually curious how many times a day I fill up my water bottle. I don't know how people don't go places without water. I seriously don't. It's the worst, especially when I have like a health appointment, like a physio appointment or something. Half an hour, I'm like dehydrated after. Reason why I spend most of the day peeing. One reason I live in a small downtown is because I get to walk everywhere. It's not that I don't like driving, I don't like sitting. I'm impatient. You know, I must admit, I hate when people are like walking and staring down at their phone and don't move out of the way for you. But half the time I do the same thing. I really do. It's human nature. We gotta keep occupied. Attached to these things every single day of our lives. Look like I have a double chin when I look down. I almost get hit by a car about every day. I also worry because there's a lot of drugs and homelessness where I live. I always worry I'm just gonna get hit by somebody else too. But I walk around and I'm ready to attack. I feel like I have like a lot of built up anger in me just from over the years. Somebody comes at me, I'm going right back. Unless they have a knife, and then I run away. Okay, guys, I've been walking for like 6 minutes, and I already have to pee. I just peed. Life of Izzy. Oh, I had some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you want me, pull that bottle off the shelf. Should I get a croissant? Croissant. What people don't know is I look like a small, innocent girl walking. But what they don't know is I have 35 pounds of sausages in my backpack. Put her in there. I can whip them at somebody if somebody comes at me. Y'all, if you vape, you gotta grow up. Seriously. Grow up. That's enough. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. So I'm just gonna end the video here. Hope you liked my injury update, my little walk downtown, and I'll just see you in the next one. I love doing these videos. It's very fun for me. My new hobby.